Hi everyone, welcome back to Anita's Joint, hashtag Extendajoint, where every day is payday, baby. You're tuned in to another video. So I just want y'all to be aware of the narratives, or just I want you to have discernment when it comes to the narratives that Spain manager will be put in position. Uh, I saw this little thing, I saw a headline talking about he said that he had the best team, something like that. And so like these are just little jabs and little angles that the shadow government, of course, the interviewers and ask questions. I don't know how the interviewers ask questions to steer a directive, a certain narrative, and how he's going to react and respond. George Vidal. But you know what I'm saying? Like you got to be careful and have discernment when it comes to reading some of these articles, reading some of these headlines. And unfortunately, he doesn't have the best team, and he won't probably. And yeah, that's really unfortunate, right? And we have to just understand that he's being used as an agent of chaos. You know what I'm saying? He's being used as an agent of chaos. And he's a Cancer sun sign, so he'll be able to manipulate that nurturing energy and make us kind of feel more sympathetic to him. But we know he's an agent. You know what I'm saying? He's being used as a puppet, right? And to think that he's held this position for this long, he's about to be coming up for 10 years, a whole damn decade. He's been managing Spain for since 2015. We're in 2023 in the Gregorian, but a long time. And honestly, the fact that he's had that team for a long time, and then right now, honestly, he has some of the best players that we have seen not even want to play for him. And it's so unfortunate. Like I said again in the last video, this is what we're having to see. The players, of course, are having to now, in the most opportune time, to showcase their talents. They're now having to sit out because they're not happy with the federation. And like I said, we got to stand with the ladies when it comes to all these things, because we're not in their shoes, but we see. You know what I'm saying? We see, and especially like I said, he's been there for a long time. It's just like, why? How come the federation hasn't changed? That haven't changed. And it's just like in the BSO, systematic. They keep individuals, they put them up there. They're the face, they're the puppet, and they want individuals that won't budge, even in uncertainty. They want individuals to play that face, and they don't care how much backlash they'll get. That's the role they're played. That's the role that they're playing. So George is playing a role. We have to understand he's playing a role, and unfortunately, we're not gonna see the best Spanish team out here. And he said that it was some of the questions that the interviewer was asked were disrespectful. But what is disrespectful is that your best players don't want to play for you. That's the most utmost disrespect, because then we don't get to see what we're because of you. We are now not able to see your best team play, and we're gonna get to see the second best. We're gonna get real shit. We're gonna get to see, and it's like no discredit to the ladies, but they're not his first choice. They're not his first choice. They're his second choice, because 15 of them decided not to come, and we have to. That's the reality of it. And no matter how they word it, because the shadow government likes to play with words, because they're left brain, logical. They'll make anything make sense, because that's what they do. They try to mental magic. They try to perform mental tricks on your mind. So you have to be able to see and understand the language that they use. But since we know that the shadow government is using George as a puppet, we're able to see exactly right through everything. And like I said, all credit to I mean, it's really tough. There's just so much. I just can't believe all this stuff is happening so right now. Like the fact that women's football is taking off, but it's like they're having lots of success, but also having lots of drama off the field. And of course, it's a harvesting a lot of energy from them for sure. And I bet it's like really draining. And but that federation, we when I thinking they'll get rid of him maybe after the World Cup because I'm thinking like okay, well, I don't see Spain winning a World Cup anytime soon without the players. Without the players that they left, I don't see Spain winning a World Cup. I don't see Spain winning the Olympics. And he apparently used the Sweden and USA match and some of the matches as a reference of we're doing well, yada yada yada. Bro, that's all bullshit. We know that's bullshit. And you know what I'm saying? Like it's very unfortunate because no matter the results Spain get, say they have a really successful World Cup tournament, it's still going to be with that cloud over their head because we know they could have won that bitch with the players they are not able to bring. That's if we'll see if they sack him before the World Cup, but I don't think they're going to budge. I think he's going to be used as that card, that face for the ladies, especially the Spanish ladies, because he's being used. He's in Spain. He's being used for them, and also he'll be used based upon other managers as well. He's not the first manager that players probably have protested and they haven't wanted to suit up for, like in like just in general in women's football. But the federation, and I don't know if that was true. I heard a rumor that he has a family member on the board, so that doesn't really help. But that's how I tell you, that's how the shadow government works. They give their nieces and nephews or cousins and brothers the jobs, and they put them in that position, and they won't move, even though they haven't been as successful as you would say other managers have. And if he didn't have a family on the board, quote unquote, or rumored, would he have lasted that long? Would he have been in that position for that long? But you need to understand this is how the shadow government works, and they're going to continue to use him, puppeteer him to see how we react and respond. So whatever disrespectful things that he may say, it's all reverse psychology. So we're going to put it right back on him. Bro, you're disrespectful because we're not going to be able to see your best team. Okay. That's the utmost disrespect, shadow government. And, we know George is being used as a puppet to be the face of whatever witchcraft y'all trying to do behind the scenes with Spain. Y'all trying to, like I said, they're not allowing the ladies. They're just gonna make this. You're just gonna ignore the ladies. Like that's pretty much what they're saying. They're pretty much saying, well, we don't care about what they had to say. And I mean, we need to see that is what the shadow government is saying to the ladies. They're like, they don't care. That's pretty much what they're saying. So see it for what it is, and don't allow the shadow government to make you feel bad for based upon the interview and the interviewer's questions, and then his response to the interviews talking about it's disrespectful to the ladies. No, bro. We wouldn't even be talking about this if you weren't even in this position. We'd be talking about Spain has a really good chance to win the World Cup. That's what we'd be talking about, not what we're talking about right now. Your 15 best players are not there with you. And yeah, I mean, just remember, we are the flies on the wall. And remember, you need to have discernment when it comes to reading a lot of these headlines, a lot of these articles, because the shadow government always loves to switch the narrative and put the finger back on us. But actually, the finger will always continue and always be on them. They're the ones pulling the strings and puppeteering these individuals and putting these individuals in positions to be able to do what they do right now. And now they have put George in a position where 15 of his best players are disrespected by him. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even want to play for him because he's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And, there's a lot of matches that are going to be going on just in general in the national team. So I'm very curious to see what other commentators have to say, other coaches. I'm really curious, like, how none of the, I don't have any of the other managers talked about this? Because I think it needs to be talked about. Why are we having, like, these managers, like, that are not vibing well with their team continuing to be in these positions of authority? You know what I'm saying? So what does that mean for the player? Does the player not have power? And so it's very interesting to see. And as an individual, as an individual observer, I want the best players to be able to play. And I mean, what do they say? If two or more gather, I know there was some little Bible scripture, something like that, but 15 of players from 15, and it's the World Cup. 15 players, bro. It's that's disrespectful, bro. That's disrespectful. But yeah, just make sure you have discernment. Make sure you can see, and I hope you're able to see the angles that I was pointing at when it comes to this topic. And just make sure you think for yourself. You have your own mind. You think and feel how you feel about this situation in Spain, and what is going to be the outcome. And at the end of the day, we got to support the ladies. Like I said, in the realm of women's football, if a lot of them start to just go on strike, we won't have international tournaments or stuff like that. It's gonna be crazy if it comes to that. Because I hope it doesn't. What if all the international teams go on strike? They're like, we salute. We're standing with we're standing with Canada. We're standing with all these other national teams that are going through trauma, and they're like, no, we're not playing. So they're gonna call up a whole bunch of other people. Is that what's gonna happen? We'll see. Is the shadow government gonna threaten to sue like they did Canada? And we're gonna see how the shadow government reacts and responds. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be looking at how the ladies react and respond. And so, ladies, you gotta stand strong. Because shadow government, look, they're gonna see how far they can go with this and whatever they're trying to do. They're gonna see how far they can go. So you have to make sure you hold your guns up. And I think eventually, of course, the ladies will be successful in achieving what they want. I think he'll be sacked. But whatever little shenanigans the shadow government put out there as like jabs to the ladies, just that shows you how petty they are. That will show you how they feel. Okay, it's like believe people the first time they show you how they are. Okay, and just make sure you have discernment. So it's very important. Make sure you have discernment and remain balanced. You know what I mean? Don't go off the rail. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, y'all. Thank y'all once again for tuning in to Anita's Joint. #Extendajoint. Where every day is payday, baby. It's your girl Anita flying high of this third dimensional reality, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Deuces.